Matthew Rohrbach joins us as we get ready for the Ipswich Tigers tonight. Hi, Coach. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Well, let's start with this. Of course, the loss to Del Rapids. But you know what? I know you're aware of this. Hey, we lost. Number 2 to Smith lost to Class A-T by 7. White River loses to Sioux Falls Christian, number 3 rated Class A by 10. All the top 3 teams ran into some stiff competition Saturday in the form of Class A. So the polls did not change. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I guess you never really hoping on other people's downfall, but it's definitely nice to kind of keep that number 1 seed as we had a little slip up. There's so much of the season left. I think it's so easy to kind of get caught up in the seed points and all that. I think, but what we try to talk about in the locker room, I guess, with the guys is, we should want to play anybody anywhere at any time. And I think you kind of have to have that mindset because you just don't know who you're going to get stuck playing. I mean, weirder things have happened. And, like, how about the fact that 2 years ago, we're the 7th seed playing Canastota. And I felt like, that wasn't fair to Canastota because we truly thought we were, a good team that year. Mm-hmm. And that's a tough draw, 2 versus 7. And luckily, that worked out well for us, but it didn't work out well for Canastota. So we're just trying to make sure that we continue to get better and that, whatever happens at the end of the year, we'll play who we need to and hopefully get the job done.
It's such a unique year. This team, as maybe opposed to last year's team or the year before or even anybody, say Potter County last year. And what I'm trying to say is there's not very many teams. DeSmit would be one of them from a year ago or 2 years ago. Some of these powerhouses that from the get-go, it's said and it's stated and everybody believes it. And the pressure is there that nothing less than a state championship is a disappointment. So you're one of those teams that very rarely can say that. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And the pressure is there pressure? Do these kids handle it pretty good, or what do you is it hard for you to keep this all together is what I'm trying to say with that type of pressure? Because I know there's pressure.
Well, this school's been in a lot of different places. We started out and we weren't good for a few years, mm-hmm. and then we were okay, and now we finally kind of risen to the ranks of being one of those teams at the end of the year, like you said. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's so much better to go into a season knowing you have a chance and you have that kind of pressure because, being at the top it's hard to get there. And these kids I know they're definitely enjoying and having fun being there because it's not, a given. And we didn't necessarily know we were going to be in that position 2 years ago. They lost to Ipswich early. They lost to Warner early. Mm-hmm. And so I truly think that there's just no better place to be than the top. And, the kids love that. And they watch basketball and they watch, how fun March Madness is and things like that. And they've seen the state tournament and they want,
there you go.
They want that target.
Yes.
And so I think it actually makes it easier for me because they want that. I mean, I can tell you what, that locker room was not a happy locker room Saturday. Mm-hmm. They don't expect to lose. And I love that. I mean, I feel like that's the personality and the mentality that you have to have. That underdog mentality can work, but we don't want to play second fiddle to anybody. And we truly believe that, we are one of, if hopefully the best team in State B this year. And we're going to, try to act accordingly the rest of the year.
And you answered that well. My point to that, I guess, was there's not very many teams that are in that position you're in right now. However, with you and your coaching staff and these kids, I think they're very comfortable being in that position. I think you answered it well.
Yeah, I think they are comfortable as well. And, as comfortable as you can be, but to want to, like, there's certain guys that want to take, that last shot. And I feel like we have multiple guys on the team that are like, yeah, I want that last shot. Like, give me it, put the pressure on me. And that's really cool to have multiple guys like that.
Yeah. Dave made a point on the post game when Jackson made a spectacular play was he's not your first option, but he's the third option. And wow, he's maybe, you know what I'm saying? How can you have such a great third option in Jackson Isaacson, who anywhere else would be the first option? Yeah. So the luxuries are unbelievable. And
it is.
He's been playing well.
He has had an incredible season so far. I thought last year he had a really good season, and this year he's just been on the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I attribute a little bit that to obviously his hard work and his talent and all that stuff. But the football season didn't exactly go the way he wanted, and I felt like he came into basketball season just super hungry to essentially avenge the fact that they didn't get to the Dome this year. And and that's commendable because it is difficult. I mean, sports brings out the worst and the best in people, and it seems to kind of bring out the best in Isaacson, no doubt.
Very good. And it's his second sport. I kid about that with some guys. We say, man, Jackson, he's so good, but he's really. I'm sure his first love is football. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know it just how dialed in he is this year. And that isn't to say that he wasn't focused in the past or anything like that. It's just, there's another level when you know that this is your last season and your last time with your best friends. And I think our team has truly taken that to heart just because they are such good friends and they understand that, this isn't forever. And, that's super exciting to see the mindset that we've had so far to start the season.
Well, we'll get back on the horse tonight after a stumble over the weekend. Nothing to be ashamed of. Didn't hurt anybody in terms of seed points with the other two bigs losing. So, however, Ipswich, I remember the night, Matthew, 33-31 at the arena. They beat you guys. It was right around Christmas in a low. I don't even remember what happened there, but 33-31. Boy, I don't expect a low-scoring game like that tonight, would you?
I guess it's hard to say. You definitely don't want to score 33 points.
Yeah.
You're not going to win many.
No.
I do remember that Ipswich team being very good defensive team, and it was kind of early in. I mean, they were kind of still dealing with transitions into different starting lineups and different roles, and Malik Weaker's kind of taking over the point guard role that year, and so there there was definitely things that they were working through and working towards, and they kind of just ran into a team that was ready to compete with them in Ipswich, obviously, and so tonight we're just going to make sure that we are taking care of what we need to take care of. We saw some things against Del Rapids that we need to get better at, we need to get smarter at, and that's kind of where we're at, and I feel like we're going to grow and we're going to get better because of that Del Rapids game.
Absolutely.
But this Ipswich squad is no slouch, and we need to make sure that
they're capable.
Yeah, they are.
They're very good defensively. And they're a team, Matthew, that unlike what you guys have been able to do, they haven't been able to this year or in the years gone by get that quality win over a high-powered opponent, and they got a chance tonight with you guys.
Yeah, they do.
They'll be pumped up.
Yeah, they will, and we're going to get their best game, we feel like, and our hope is that we give them our best game, and hopefully our best is going to be better than their best tonight.
Quickly, Joey, the back, any other injuries? What's going on in that avenue?
Yeah, we kind of made the decision, just talking to some doctors and talking to Joey. He's going to sit out this week. We're not sure about the Hamlin game. We're hoping. It's certainly a loss. I mean, he's been a really nice part of our rotation so far this year, and has had some big games. And so we feel bad for him, obviously, but we have the utmost confidence in the rest of the guys on the bench. I thought Ellis Russell was tremendous in the second half versus Del Rapids, and so we're just going to kind of make the adjustment and make sure that we're still putting our best out there, even though we don't have one of our big guys to set the tone.
All right. Well, we'll get after it tonight again, the Tigers, and wish you the best. We'll see you after the game.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You bet. All right, welcome to the Civic Arena on Friday night. What day, Dave?
Friday.
I'm lost, Dave.
Tuesday
night. I wanted to say Friday night basketball. Here we are at the arena, the Ipswich Tigers tonight, and the number one seeded, number one rated Christian Knights for the third straight week.
You bet.
Entertaining the Ipswich Tigers tonight. Rob Waltman, Dave Palmer, Talma G. Conger, executive producer. Mini producer is sick. So my mini producer, my son, is producing tonight, all right?
Amazing.
He's watching. Hey, Mini, get better. He's, I think it's that squirt from James Valley Christian. Yeah, he made a free throw at halftime, and he's probably still sucking on the squirt. So
he takes one home wherever they do the pop shot. So.
One shot is all he needed. Well, tonight, Dave, the Ipswich Tigers come in, a team needing a quality win, and obviously you got to slay the dragon if you want to be somebody. They've lost 3 to quality opponents. They have not beaten anybody with considerable seed points. That's where they sit. Number 19 or 20 right now, 3 weeks from the region. That's a problem for Ipswich.
Yeah, you'd assume their goal is to make it to the state tournament, and that's all quality opponents, and you got to beat somebody
to be somebody,
and great opportunity for them tonight. They gave, you mentioned it to Coach Rohrbach in the pregame show there that they did bump Christian off a couple of years ago here in a dogfight, and so we know they have that potential, and so that's exciting. If you look at the games going on in the state tonight, there is no game in the state with as quality of wins as these two clubs playing tonight. There's not a game going on anywhere but at the arena, and here we are. We get to call it.
Yep, it'll be fun. Let's see what happens tonight. I follow Ipswich all season, and when I can here with Christian. So both teams I'm very familiar with, and let's go to the starting lineups for the Tigers coming in out of Region 6 in 3rd position, chasing Highmore Herald, a team they just lost to a week and a half ago, and of course chasing Lower Brule. 10 wins, 3 losses. Tyler Hedich, a senior guard, with Ian Byers, a senior guard. Trevor Hines, a junior at 5'10", little under the weather tonight. He is in uniform. Chet Peterson inside with Carter Gaditz, a junior and a senior, 6'2", and 6'1". Stuart Bully, the head coach for the Tigers. Nights start the same way they have all season. Andrew Brennan, the senior, with Jackson Isaacson, a senior. Ethan Russell, 6'7", senior. Malik Weaker, the 6'1", senior. And inside, Caden Clark, a 6'1", 6'3", senior. Matt Rohrbach, the head coach. Dave, they pulled out the Golden Goose from Warner in the depths of the Warner facilities from the 60s. It sat there with dust on it. Finally pulled it out. A traveling award, traveling trophy. Ipswich has won 2 games to retain the Golden Goose. Tonight it's down courtside. The winner takes it back to the school until they meet another Lake Region Conference opponent.
That's a long tradition going way back, and Christian has only been in the Lake Region Conference 15 years, and they just pulled it out. So they have no history of that or no memory of that. So that's cool to jump into that old tradition. That's a new tradition, and boy, you'd sure like to see it sit here. They could sit on it here a couple conference games. They got Langford next week, so they could hang on to it through the summer.
They could keep it for the whole, yeah. They have all the other accolades, I guess. Throw the Golden Goose up there. They'll take that one home probably tonight. How heavy of a favorite are they tonight? I mean, Ipswich probably in the region, in the area, probably the best team around when we talk from Eureka to Aberdeen, and you know what I'm saying, compared to other than Aberdeen Christian.
Yeah, I think you got to put Northwestern in that same conversation. True. Obviously, Northwestern bumped Ipswich off earlier in the year.
Yeah, I shouldn't have overlooked that.
But definitely, one or two teams in the area that really could give Christian a test here tonight, and any night. But tonight's the night that they're playing here. And I've said this many times, and when I coached, it just seemed like teams would come into this Civic Arena and play their best game for whatever reason. It's a great place to play. It's a shooter's gym, and sometimes that happens. So Christian's going to have to come out ready to go.
Peterson jumping with Ethan Russell. Welcome on into our live stream on HubCityRadio.com. Rob Waltman, Dave Palmer, tip up and one. Malik Weaker with the basketball. Coming off that Del Rapids loss, snapping the 14-game win streak, 15 dating back to the State B a year ago. So they'll start again, looking for a W here. Jackson, nice lane to the hole. Wow.
Oh, just like what's been going on the last 2 weeks, Jackson Isaacson just taking it to the hole and scoring.
Wow.
I mean, we talked and you mentioned it to Matt that he sometimes tend to be the third option, but he might be their best option when teams are trying to take those top 2 guys away.
You're right. See how Ipswich attacks. They will need a big game tonight from Trevor Hines if they're to compete tonight. Dave, you agree with that?
I do, but I don't. You hate to put too much into any one guy.
And somebody's got to have a big game, right?
And you know, I don't know the Ipswich club that well. I know this is Trevor's first year of starting, but you know, big players have to have big games.
Ethan getting his first foul as Peterson misses the free throw. They do have a nice complement of guards with Hedich and Byers and Trevor Hines for sure. Somewhat like the you know, nice a three-headed monster out front. Missed free throw, and Hedich has the rebound.
You know, that's kind of been Christian's Achilles heel that I've seen their last 3 games is they have not rebounded as well as you'd like defensively.
Peterson, a couple of shots inside, missing both, and the rebound Aberdeen Christian with a 2-0 lead here at the arena. Brennan gonna attack, drive past Hines, and a whistle, and a foul on Ipswich.
You know, I see Ipswich plays 3 guards, but Christian just has more length.
Yep.
They just have a little more length, and so it's going to be tough for those smaller guards to get their shots off against that length.
Inbounds, Aberdeen Christian, Caden looking for Ethan inside. Gaditz battling down there. Now Caden goes to the hole with a sweeping hook shot off the window, no good. And Hines the rebound, wanting to run a little bit. Pulls it off. Hesitates and gives it off to the right wing. It's Hedich. Brennan on him, Jackson on Hines. No shot there, back up to Ian. Defending there is Malik Weaker. 2-0 Aberdeen Christian. Hedich driving into trouble. Nowhere to go with it. Throws it into Gaditz. He's in trouble. And another whistle, Dave.
Yeah, that's twice Ipswich has got the ball in the paint and have been bailed out with a couple of fouls here.
Malik's first. Free throws for Gaditz, who was sick a week ago, Dave. Back in uniform. And Hines, I said, is a little under the weather tonight.
Yeah, this is the time of year that stuff goes around or you just get sick and you hate it to happen when your whole team gets it all at once.
1 of 2 from Carter Gaditz. 2-1 lead for the Knights. No change to top the polls. White River to Smith and the Knights all losing Saturday. 1, 2, 3 stays the same. With one exception. Somebody out there thinks White River should be number 1. The Christian Knights got all the
see that. They got 1 vote.
There's one guy that says, wait a second. That 30-point drubbing. No, I still believe White River's better. I don't know about that.
Nice drive.
Ethan goes in.
Malik Weaker has really been playing a good point guard these last few games when he's kind of let the pass come first before his offense and really set Ethan Russell up nicely there.
Tigers looking for the first bucket. They need one here. Peterson driving, cut off by Ethan. Nice defense back to Gaditz. Swing it to Hines, has yet to fire. Drives and dishes. Byers head faking. 15-foot one-handed runner goes in.
It's a tough shot. Nice shot. If you can make that, that's great.
Very tough shot. Crossover, Brennan left to right, down the paint, outside, now extends to Caden Clark, who swings inside. And before he traveled, or could have traveled, a whistle and a reach-in.
You know, that so far they've consistently called any kind of contact in the paint. They've made that call. So Caden's going to go to the line for 2.
4-3, just underway here at the Civic Arena. Lake Region Conference battle. A couple of years ago, I was at the game in December when the Tigers knocked off the Knights. Maybe call it a rock fight. It was 33-31. Were you at that game?
Yeah, I was. You just kept waiting for Christian to break out, and they just never did.
A couple of free throws by Caden, 6-3. Trevor yet to take a shot, Weaker defending. Swings it over to Peterson with Ethan on him. Cutting to the lane is Byers. Ball knocked away and a first steal here by the Knights. Wanting to run and stole away by Ian Byers. Malik just lost it in traffic. So Byers will set it up with Isaacson picking him up. Weaving out top, looking for a shot for Trevor Hines. Nothing there. Back over to Hedich. He'll drive in the jungle, taking Brennan inside. Use glass, no. Caden Clark for the rebound. Midway through the first, Weaker using a high Clark screen, penetrates, dishes to a cutting Russell and lost it out of bounds. Back to Ipswich.
Yeah, Malik should have tried to score there, but he's been looking for the pass and got kind of caught in no man's land.
Abe Holscher for the Knights checking in for the first time early in this one, and Blake Rich for Ipswich in for Peterson.
And Connor Furman as well for the Knights.
How is his ankle? He's got a wrap on the right one.
Yeah, you know, he Saturday was really struggling, and word I heard yesterday was he's feeling pretty good. So
Okay.
he's not 100% though.
3-point lead. Trevor working baseline. Now Furman picks him up. Back up to Hedich. He'll drive. Lost the ball. Pick it up in a triple. Throws it back to Rich. He'll fire a 19-footer. Got it. Just inside the arc to cut the deficit to 1. Now Connor goes to work. Right corner, right baseline. Throw it back out to Weaker. Hedich defending now. Ellis in the ball game. He'll drive, hesitate, and a whistle and a foul. I think Blake Rich got him there. 2 shots.
Boy, I've not seen Ellis Russell do that this year. Where usually he's a pass first, and I'm just in the paint. I'm going to our number of 1 or 2, 3 options, and he took it right to the hole there.
Foul is actually on Gaditz, his first, and the free throw no good by Ellis. Laura Brule is number 4, by the way, in the poll after DeSmit and White River. Rich the rebound. Oh, my goodness.
That's going to be a technical foul.
That's cut. Good. Wow. That looked like it hurt. Faith is number 5, back to my point, and Connor took one right in the chops.
You cannot swing your elbows. It doesn't matter inadvertent or not. You swing your elbows, and it could even be a disqualification.
It could be. Are they going to tee him up? And is it a technical, Dave?
I'm pretty sure that's a technical foul. It doesn't look like it looks like they're just taking it out.
They're not going to call the tee, or they're just taking him out of the ball game?
My guess is they don't want emotions to kind of play like that. Guys get fired up, and so they're just setting both players.
Well, he got the rebound and swung the elbows out, and I know that's common, but that looked a little. Here's Malik. Nice.
Wow.
So we move on here at the arena, 8-5 with the Weaker drive.
You know, that goes as a turnover, and it turns right into points for Christian. You know, right? Look back at that possession. If it stays tight, that's where some separation came.
Peterson can hit the shot. If given a 3, he will take it. Hedich head faking on Isaacson, throws up a one-handed runner.
You know, that's Christian defense right there.
Yep.
Looked like you had a wide open lane, and all of a sudden you have to throw a shot over your head to try to get it off. And just the length of Aberdeen Christian. Sorry, Rob.
No, go ahead. Weaker drives, whistles again. Early fouls, a lot of them here so far. 7 in the game, 5 minutes in. Silty in, Clark in, Hedich and Holscher check out. So Malik, after the foul, which is who was that on?
I didn't catch it.
Could have been Trevor. I'm not sure here. They got number 2 listed, but they got Jackson for the foul. Here's Jackson with a drive.
Nice putback by Ethan Russell. Just followed Jackson to the hole and tipped that in.
Ethan,
what a luxury to have a kid like that, 6'7", that can float above the rim.
Yep. Smooth as Ethan Russell. So just like that, it's a 5-point lead, and Hines has yet to fire. There's a one-handed runner, won't crawl home. Jackson, Isaacs in the rebound.
Ipswich having trouble getting a wide open shot. It's been tough the last 3 possessions here.
Weaker, good look. Nothing but money.
Wow. Malik Weaker for a big 3 in the side.
That's his shot.
Christian's first look from the 3-point line, and they knock it down. Shots fall, you're in trouble.
Yep, it could. Yep, that's right. They can knock him down in a hurry, that's for sure. So all of a sudden, 13-5, and when the elbow came, what was the score, Dave? A couple of points.
Yeah, it was
6
a 1-point game. It was 6-5.
6-5, right? So Ipswich has not scored since. Peterson way downtown. He uses glass, and I don't think he called it, Dave.
No. But you know what? It still counts as 3.
13-8. First bucket since the elbow came. Caden Clark wanting to drive on Peterson. Feeds it off to Jackson Isaacson. Now back out to Weaker to reset it. 1:47 to go in the first. He'll take a timeout. So 13-8 here in the first. Aberdeen Christian streaming live on Hub City Radio. Back after the timeout, Rob and Dave here at the arena, where it's 13-8. Aberdeen Christian with the lead. Weaker just hitting a three a moment ago, now nearly losing it. Silty is defending, new off the bench. Tries another one straight away. That'll be short, no good. Rebound picked up by Clark, but a foul on Ipswich, I think.
No, I think
it's other way.
That's going to go against Andrew Brennan.
It is his first. Well,
they are calling it tight tonight. They really are. They're calling it tight.
Hines is yet to score. Missing one shot. Tough shot taken. Into Peterson, out to Geditz. Tries to back his way down the lane on Clark. Using glass, won't go. Tap back by Silty, no.
Boy, that's, like I said, Christian has not rebounded defensively as well as we'd like. Nice putback, though, for Ipswich.
Ian Byers collects up the garbage, and he has 4 to cut the lead down to 3. Clark wants Russell, threw it away to Ian Byers. Well, 3 here would tie the game, but they're having a hard time getting perimeter shots away right now. Geditz to Byers.
You know, Christian had that 8-point lead, and then that banked in 3, and we were laughing about it. But just like that, the game has turned around, and it's a 1-point game.
There's the athleticism of the young Trevor Hines going to the rim right there. 1-point game. Very tough shot, wasn't it?
Yes. That's what Ipswich has been forced to make some tough shots.
Malik and the boys will play it for 1 here. Looking for their 15th win of the year. Will they set Weaker up, or will they set Jackson up here?
You know, I think something with Ethan Russell here is he's gonna be open.
Driving, Malik, no foul. Rebound comes to Ian. He's got time, crossing midcourt with 3 seconds. And a lane opens up, and he got the layup and the lead as Byers has 6. And after 1, the Ipswich Tigers here at the arena leading by 1. We go to the second, 14-13, Ipswich on Hub City Radio. One quarter in the books. Tigers leading the Knights. Rob and Dave at the arena, 14-13. Steal by Brennan away from Byers to start it off. Crossing over behind the back, right to left. Look at him go. Out to Jackson, firing a 3. Got it.
Jackson Isaacson has just been the man the last few games. He's just been doing everything, playing with so much confidence.
Lead back with the Knights, 16-14. It's their second 3 here for Aberdeen Christian, while the Tigers have 1. And that was a Peterson bank from the right side.
Well, Christian led 13-5, and then 9 straight points by Ipswich to take the lead at the quarter.
Flies inside. No, Malik. Long rebound. Dribbling through traffic. Jackson again. 2 for 2. Oh, yes.
Hello. I'm just going to keep talking him up because he just keeps playing better and better. Jackson Isaacson is on fire.
He has been playing well for 3 weeks. It's been really, really good. 5-point lead, 19-14, 2 threes by Isaacson. Hines trying to match.
That's just the maturity of Jackson, too. He knows what he can do, and he's just taken over.
Peterson, long off the heel, no. Rebounded Weaker.
I would bet Coach Rohrbach was in his players' ears at the quarter that we are not rebounding well, and you could see there that they really went after that board and point of emphasis.
Screen set by Furman. Brennan gets a three around it. Long, no good. Rebounded by Furman. Back out to Jackson.
Number three.
Third, no.
Nope.
That'll be short. Silty the rebound. Why not? When you're feeling it, let them go, right?
Oh, yeah, you get a heat check.
5-point lead. Tigers really need a bucket here. Hines gives it off to Gaditz between rings, straight away. Keeps the dribble, almost lost it. Now cutting through is Byers, feeding Peterson back.
Nice steal by Connor Furman.
And the Knights get it back.
Nice rotation, slipped down, took the next man.
Here comes Isaacson down the lane. A freight train he is tonight, and throws it up short. I don't know who would want to guard him right now, Dave. He is just aggressive, shooting well, everything.
But you got to stay within yourself, too. I think, right, he made a couple big shots, and now he's maybe trying to do too much. Just got to stay within himself.
Well, out of bounds, back to Ipswich, still looking for a bucket here in the second quarter. Brennan causing trouble.
We're going to get a 10-second call here.
Just about. Just barely got it across. Silty now gets it ahead to Gaditz. No shot for Hines on the perimeter. Gets it right back in the corner in trouble. Drives all the way to the rim, short, and put back by Peterson. Cuts the lead to 3, 19-16 here at the Civic Arena. Ron Colley coming up on Thursday, then off to the Corn Palace on Saturday. Weaker, step back three, looks good, yes. 2 threes by Malik, 2 threes by Jackson, 4 threes by the Knights.
We've seen that so many times from Malik over the years. It's going to be sad to see him go.
Yep.
Just to that left-handed step back.
We're going to make trips to Jamestown here over the years, aren't we? I think so. I'm going to make some trips to Jamestown as he's on his way to be a Jimmy. Here's Hines trying a three and almost missed everything. Grazed the rim. Ball still loose. Picked up by Hedich to get another offensive possession. Hines, free throw line. No shot there. Hedich shaking on Malik. Driving inside, and Ellis got him. 2 shots. We'll go to Jamestown one week in the next several years. Then we'll go to SDSU and see Gary and Seiler play together, and go up to Jamestown and see Barr and Malik and that kid we saw the other night, right? Pankinen.
You know what? I think I was wrong. It's not Pankinen that's going there.
It's not.
They do have somebody that is going there, but it's not Pankinen, which makes sense because we couldn't figure out how could they be bringing in 3 freshman guards like that.
Right. They're guard heavy if you look at their roster right now. Malik will do well.
Somebody's going to want that Pankinen, though.
I'd
My
say.
goodness.
A couple of free throws by Hedich. 22-18 at the Arena Christian here in the second.
Jeff Rich back in. Or Jeff, not Jeff.
Blake. Uncle Mark was a Wolf, a very good one, back in the 90s. Malik to Ellis. Left corner. Throws up to Caden. Now blocking up is Ethan on Rich. Spinning underneath. Wow.
Wow, that's a man play.
Yep.
Fake left, turn right, layup, left-hand layup.
Footwork, right? That was very good.
Knights intentionally trying to go inside to Ethan Russell and did what they wanted to do right there.
Now Blake tries to answer, throws it back out. Jace Conser is in. He'll fire a 17-footer, hit it.
Really a nice shot. Stepped into it and knocked it down.
Now
Right
Ethan
back to the hole is Ethan Russell.
Attacking, fading 2 in a row for Russell.
You only get 2 for that, but the degree of difficulty was maybe a 4, but you only get 2 for that.
He's got 8. Ian at the free throw line going to have to get rid of it and get out of there. He just does to Conser. 6-point lead here with 3:25 to go in the first. Turner Thorson with the ball, new to the ball game with Conser on top. Rich, a 3, way downtown, missed it badly, rebounded by Caden Clark. And the Knights can get their biggest lead here with this possession. Weaker tries for a 9-point lead, yes.
Wow.
3 threes by Malik, 2 by Jackson.
That's going to draw a timeout from Christian. They're going to take a full timeout.
It's a 9-point lead on HubCityRadio.com. Back to action. Other action tonight, Dave. Northwestern's at Webster looking for their 11th win. White River looking for 13 wins. Little Wound tonight. That's one of the rare games at White River. And DeSmit is at Flandreau trying to win their 14th. So here's Hines. They've kept him in check. Only a bucket here tonight, driving and dishing to Hedich. As the starters are back in here for the Tigers. Lob it to Peterson, too long. Picked up by Gaditz, and he missed it. And the rebound volleyball picked up by Peterson and put in.
Nice play, sticking with it. Ipswich didn't give up on that. Christian had a couple opportunities to take the ball away and didn't do it.
Byers has 6. Peterson has 7 to keep it to a 7-point deficit here. Here comes Russell. He'll want a 3. That's a deep 3. High arcer, nothing but net.
I was going to say, coming out of the quarter, that Christian's hit 5 threes, and I would argue that Ethan Russell maybe is their best three-point shooter and hasn't even taken one. And he said it's time to knock one down, and he did. 6 threes.
6 threes. Now Ethan in double digits with 11.
You know, and it's not like they're forcing those threes. Russell's 3 maybe there was watch what I can do, but the first 5 were wide open, in motion, great looking shots.
In rhythm, step into threes, yeah.
You'd expect to knock down half the time.
Biggest lead now is at 10. First time double digits tonight. The Tigers are going to be competitive. The next 2 minutes are crucial here in the second.
They are. They got to keep this thing in single digits. That's for sure going into half.
Yep.
If not, whittle it down some.
Gaditz into a triple at the free throw line.
It's just hard to get an open look here right now.
They're really struggling offensively, yes, trying to get anything. There's Byers, 15-footer, missed it, rebounded Russell.
Yeah, they're really making it tough for Trevor. They are not letting him have any open looks. There's a foul.
Body bump, Hedich and Malik. That will be shooting 1-1. Should be the 7th or not. Apparently not.
They are so quick on that. I looked up after the whistle and it said 6, and I guess they.
Yeah. So that is the 6-team foul.
After this, it'll be bonus.
It'll be Brennan with the inbound. High screen, Caden backs off now. Hines picks up Brennan 30 feet away. Now drives, right corner. Back up to Russell. Open is Jackson. Swing it into Clark. Will he shoot the sweeping hook? Here he comes. Off the glass, no. Rebound Byers.
Boy, he usually makes those shots. He hasn't made one tonight, I don't think.
Trevor driving into a double, swings it out to Peterson, open man Byers. Head fake, steps into 21, and oh wow, missed everything. Peterson has it, blocked from behind by Russell, taken away, and the quick outlet ahead to Andrew Brennan. Brennan fakes left, goes right, baseline, hangs in the air, no foul, got his own rebound, stuck it back to Clark as he laid on the wood. Are you kidding me?
If you're laying on your back and hand it to somebody, I think you get an assist. That was as unique a play as I've ever seen.
I'd say. Here's
another one here.
Another steal.
Oh, they're going to call a kick.
He was laying on the wood, and he just said, okay, here you go, Caden. Put it up and in.
Christian just started this quarter with, you know what, that we don't like what's going on. We're going to change everything, and they just have.
Ipswich digging a hole here.
Tough for the Tigers to get an open look.
Defense has been great here by Christian. Hines on Jackson. Brennan knocked it away underneath. 34-22. And the lead has now grown to 12.
I know the Aberdeen Christian basketball puts these games on YouTube. You can go back and watch. You got to go back and, what was that, about a minute left in the second quarter. We got to go back and watch that one. That was as unique a play as you're going to see. And I mean, it wasn't anything dramatic. It was just unique.
It was just different. You don't see that every day.
Right to him, and he handed it to Clark for a little bucket.
12-point lead. We break again here from Hub City. All right, back to action. 35 seconds to go. Inbounds to Gaditz, tapped away by Clark. And he saves it to Peterson. Knights will get a shot here. Driving, hanging, Hines.
Really a nice drive. Forced him into a tough shot.
His two buckets been as athletic as you'll see for a little guy, right?
Yeah, he has not had a wide open look.
Cuts it to 10. Final shot here for the Knights. 2 years ago, the Knights only scored 31. They got 34 right now, losing to Ipswich 2 years ago. Clark way downtown. No, Brennan backside, lost it.
Andrew Brennan really working hard on the boards.
You know what I mean? 2 years ago, Ipswich won 33-31. We're at 34-24 now. All right, can they get a shot away to trim it to single digits? It'll be tough. To Hines.
Travel.
Mid-court,
Travel.
yes, I think
Travel.
so. Yep. He did. Trevor is so quick for his own good. You'll see him do that a lot. When he has the ball squaring up, he makes the move, and sometimes he travels. He's almost too quick for his own good.
Not really enough time to catch and shoot here. You kind of have to catch it and let it go.
Alley-oop, tap, maybe. That's all you can do.
You can catch it in one motion.
Will it go to Ethan or Malik?
Bring in a little 6'7" height on the pass.
Hook shot. It went.
Wow.
But it's too late. My goodness.
He should have made the one he had wide open earlier.
We're at halftime here at the arena. Rob Waltman, Dave Palmer, we break. back to the Civic Arena. Rob Waltman and Dave Palmer ready for the third quarter. Dave, the Knights outscored Ipswich 21-10 in that second quarter to up the advantage to double digits here, starting it off.
You know, and hit some big shots too in the middle of that. So
6 threes in the first half for the Knights. Caden setting up Jackson for another one. He fires, no good. Long rebound, Brennan throws it to Clark. Underneath quickly, and it's blocked by Peterson. Trying to get another fancy assist was Brennan there. Look, he did.
Clark was all set up there.
Yeah. He
should have scored that.
So will the Tigers make a run, make this interesting, or does this get away in the first 4 minutes here?
I don't know. This first few possessions are going to be critical for Ipswich.
Hedich bounces into Peterson. Open man Hines passed up the shot. Now back to Peterson. Hines cuts to the rack. Little floater, got it. 6 points for Trevor.
Oh, he has really not looked for his three-point shot tonight. I thought he had a little window to get that one off, and
getting him all close in the paint.
Nice two.
Ethan driving hard. Foul on the Tigers.
Boy, Ethan makes that look easy. Just spun and went right around his man. Would have had a lane to the bucket if the guy wouldn't have grabbed him.
So it'll be second on Gaditz. Ethan Russell, 11 in the first half. Weaker, 11 in the first half. 8 from Isaacson. Free throw spins out of the bowl and won't fall. 8 the lead.
Boy, we saw that Saturday, didn't we? Christian just left a lot of points out there from the free throw line. They haven't had very many opportunities tonight, but
one of
you got to
two.
make your free throws if you're going to be a winning club.
Lead 9. Hedich gives it off. Gaditz trying to drive, does get around for an open shot around Peterson. Missed it. Peterson puts it up, and Clark was there. Looks like an over the back.
Yeah, Peterson really working hard inside. Got position on Clark, and Clark was forced to foul him.
Caden has picked up his first, and Peterson free throw using glass again.
Wow. That's 4 points off the glass tonight.
8 points for Chet, 1 of 2 to lead all scorers for the Tigers. 8-point lead to start off this third quarter. 10 initially. High screen, Jackson all the way to the rim. Wow, blocking
and a
foul.
Chance for a three. You know, South Dakota high school basketball needs to put in that restricted area down there. There should be nobody should even be claiming a block on or a charge on that at all. That he was
way under.
Way underneath. I mean, and that just take that, add that rule, add that circle, and make the game safer.
Free throw good. 11 and 11 for Weaker. Russell, Isaacson, 33 of the 38 on the board for the big three. Just underway in the third. Can the Tigers go toe-to-toe, possession, match them basket for basket here. Just struggling to get shots away. Gaditz, give it back. Trevor, 14-footer. He hasn't missed from mid-range at all today.
Really a nice shot. It didn't look like Ipswich was going to get much there, and all of a sudden come up with a shot.
Hanging around, Brennan, left corner, brings it out. Hines defending. Crossover left to right, goes across the circle, gives to Isaacson. Here he comes with a full head of steam, finding Clark,
nice
swings
pass.
it up and in. Wow.
You know, Jackson's been driving to the hole, and all of a sudden, bingo, he hits a man inside for an easy bucket.
11 now, the biggest lead. 40-29 here at the Civic Arena. Aberdeen Christian, 14-1 Knights. Hines, first three today, got it.
Wow, nice shot by Trevor Hines.
Well, he's very efficient here, not getting a lot of good looks or deep looks, but he's making them all. Jackson driving, Peterson goes down, open man Clark. He cuts a double team, throws out to Ethan Russell, casting for three, short on the rim, no good. And Isaacson the rebound. Russell cutting to the rack, swings underneath,
nice
no
play.
good. Tap back by Caden Clark.
Nice drive by Russell, and Clark just cleaned up the backside.
Here comes Trevor, driving and dishing. 6 by Caden now. Ian, open man Trevor, back-to-back threes, no. Rebounded Clark.
Christian does a nice job of not letting you have a wide open shot. They'll rotate into, boy, nice drive by
Missed
Malik
it, Peterson
Weaker.
rebounded. Somebody missed an assignment. Now Brennan takes it away. He charges hard. Clark, little floater again. How does he do that?
What nice team basketball. Nice ball movement. Doesn't matter who scores. They just find the open man. Nice play.
Little whoop by Clark, and it's a 12-point lead. Timeout on the court here on Hub City Radio. Out of the timeout, here we go. Tiger basketball, biggest lead now 12. Rob and Dave at the arena. Tucker Miller checking in, and Blake Rich off the bench for the Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers bringing in some length here. See what they try to do with it in this set.
Hines passed up a three, drives, sweeps inside, around Miller, blocked, rejected.
It's going to be a 3-on-1 here. We'll see
Here
what
we
the
go.
Knights can get out of it.
Malik.
Looks like Weaker's taking it all the way.
Ian strips him out of bounds. Boy, he had Russell to his right side. Look out. He was gliding, coasting, looking to hang in the air. Weaker tossing in now. Out to Ethan, almost lost it, picks it up. Around a screen, Weaker. Shot not there. Back up top they go to Brennan. Around a screen, he'll pop for 16. And a moving screen on
Clark.
Caden.
Well, on the bottom of your screen, there's South Dakota score feed, and boy, that is an awesome app. If you like those scores, and you just on this feed, but if you want to see them all the time, you can go check that out. I end up spending way too much time on
I do
South
too.
Dakota score feed.
Yeah.
You can see the rankings, the polls, the seed points.
The mock
Great app.
matchups in the Sodak 16 coming up here. It's all right there. Very nice. Byers wants a three. Needing a bucket here, down by 12. Backdoor cut, Rich, nothing there. Ian stops his dribble. Now 15 on the shot. They'll have to regroup it here between rings. Malik picks up Hines over in the corner. Hedich can't get a shot away. Does fire. And a long rebound comes to Weaker. Ahead to Ethan Russell. Bouncing, doubled up, throws it back out to Malik. 3.5 to go in the third. Spinning, feeding,
Nice
Furman,
play.
head faking, and missing. Tap back. Underneath the battle, Trevor comes out of there with it.
Really set Furman up nice, and he blew it, missed the shot.
Byers, will he shoot? He'll drive and dish. Open man is Miller, and he just about lost it. Keeps it alive. Rich underneath is fouled by Jackson. He'll get free throws. 2 shots. Well, they can cut it to 10 here. They can keep it in single digits, but or it could be 20. Nope. Abe Holscher checking in. Colby Silty coming in. Caden Clark coming in. Ethan and Jackson sit down. And Hedich for the Tigers. So, one more here for Rich. Missed them both, rebounded by Ellis Russell.
Man, what a luxury. Your coach is confident enough to bring 3 starters off and bring in 3 bench players.
Baseline goes Holscher. Opposite side, Weaker. Drives and hangs. Abe can't get the shot away, back up to Furman. Driving on Miller. Gives it up to Ellis. Shot clock at 12 now. Here comes Malik probing, stepping back. 17-footer, nothing but money.
Wow, what a nice shot. He
13.
makes that look easy. He makes
He
them all the
does.
time.
It's such a beautiful stroke, Dave. It just is eye-appealing to see Malik shoot that basketball. Biggest lead now, 14. Rich on Clark, bouncing, feeding into
Turnover.
Malik Weaker. Has
We have
Abe
2
to
on
his
1
right.
here.
He'll take it himself, and Weaker's got 15.
You know, Malik scored that, but credit to Abe for running the floor and making the defense have to run with him. And
Just like that, 16 the lead. We said, will they get it to single digits or will it be 20? 16 right now. Tucker Miller throws it back out to Ian, left corner.
You know,
Offensive foul on
Ipswich
Tucker.
went to this bigger lineup with those
Yep.
the 2 bigger kids, and they really haven't gotten anything out of it.
Miller just with the moving screen there. So the lead can go to 18 or 19 here now for the Knights with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Abe to Malik. Colby right on him.
This really has been a physical game. You see guys
Yeah.
kind of wincing. They're taking a lot of
Yep.
contact and just playing through it.
Trying to feed into Caden, taken away by Ian Byers. 1:41 to go in the third. Hines way out town. That's Pankinen range. That's not even quite Pankinen range. You have
Yeah.
to be deeper. Here's Silty driving, partially
shot.
blocked by Clark and out of bounds to the Knights. Did you watch the tape back? And Pankinen was where we were talking about.
Yes, he was. I have not watched it all.
I
but
did.
He did make that shot from the right on that white line.
Mm-hmm.
Made 3 of them back
3
there.
of them, yeah. And he shot 2 or 3 others from that line, in between the white line and the red line.
Usually I watch those games back right away because I know I had some witty comments, but I did not Saturday.
You did not?
I didn't have any good ones, so I didn't watch it right
No
away.
zingers?
No.
No? Well, we still have a quarter and a minute plus.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't had enough truck time to come up with some good one-liners.
16 is the lead here. The minute to go in the third. 21-10 outscoring the Tigers in the second and running away here in the third quarter now. I'll have to look at those numbers.
Points, just like that end of the second quarter, points have been hard to come by here, the end of the third here for the Tigers.
14-8 is the scoring margin here in the third now from behind Ethan Russell, the body bump. So Dave, 21-10 on the second, 14-8. What did I just say? 34-44. Yeah. 14-8 here in this quarter. Slowly the Knights are creeping out in front, further and further.
Well, you know, to Ipswich's credit, they've showed good patience. They haven't thrown anything up in desperation. They've stayed disciplined and trying to get good shots.
Edich, good look there. Short on the rim, no. Connor upstairs for the rebound. 48-32 Aberdeen Christian. They can play it for the final shot.
Yeah, if they had a few more seconds, I think they would have went 2 for 1, but just didn't have enough time to get a good shot right away.
Jackson and Brennan with Clark and Ethan and Connor down inside now.
No Malik Weaker on the floor, which we're used to seeing him with the ball in his hands at the end of a quarter, so we'll have to dial up something different here.
Here's Jackson for 3, way downtown, looks good short.
Wow.
6 seconds, Colby Silty has a chance here. He'll fire with 2 and no good. That's the end of 3 here at the Aberdeen Civic Arena. 48-32. We're going to break, fourth quarter coming up. Stay with us. Fourth quarter, 14-8. Christian outscoring the Tigers in the third. The number 1 seeded, number 1 rated Knights shooting for win 15 against the lone loss Saturday against Del Rapids. Here's Hedich and Hines out top. Trevor, wanting the shot, gets it right back. He'll fire from 3 straight away. Wow.
Wow, nice shot. Very tight window to get that off, and he knocked it down.
Boy, he's shooting maybe 70-some% here tonight.
He needs to play sick more often.
I guess Malik chases down his long miss on the corner, brings it back out. 13 the lead.
You know, Knights don't have to shoot anything out of desperation. Look for him to kind of move the ball, get the kind of shot they want here.
That's right.
Intentionally brought it out and run a little clock.
It's Caden inside, free throw line, gives to Malik.
All the
Now
way to
he'll
the
drive
rack.
all the way. Easy bucket.
Yep, nice rotation off the little handoff from Caden Clark for an easy bucket.
17 for Weaker.
They make me look good when I say that's what they're going to do, and then they go get something like that.
15-point lead. See if Hines will keep firing.
Little
Ian
travel
inside.
action there. I think he travels every time he catches it on the run.
Yeah. Missed that one badly. Weaker the rebound. Now Clark posting up Peterson outside the paint.
Another cut off Clark's ball screen here.
No look, bounce pass to Ethan. Gaditz behind him, taking baseline.
Wow! Look at that move.
Whoa.
Slipped around his man baseline and used the glass for protection, went underneath and scored. That's a big man play.
Big time silky smooth move by Ethan Russell.
I think sometimes the Knights really want to go to him and they have trouble getting him set up in the paint, but I think Ethan could make a living just on moves like that.
Hines runs into Caden Clark. Malik takes it away. 17, the biggest lead.
Well,
Weaker around a screen.
Knights go up 20. It's going to be awful tough to
Yeah.
make any kind of recovery here.
Peterson with the steal on the loose ball. 5:41 left in this Lake Region contest. The Golden Goose sitting courtside, maybe heading to Aberdeen Christian for a while.
Both teams really have had a focus on defense and exerted a lot of energy in these first 3 quarters. Maybe their fatigue is setting in on everybody a little bit. Last 2 possessions pretty sloppy.
8 seconds to go as Byers drives around Brennan. Little floater rims out. Jackson has it. With 5 and change left at the arena. Open is Brennan. Fakes the 3. Now drives on Hines and a traveling on Andrew. So some subs come in. Jace Concert, Tucker Miller, Blake Rich here for the Tigers. Here comes Concert with the basketball. Hit a 3 in this one earlier. Miller passed up the shot there. He'll shoot that 3. Now Hines dodging, giving it off. Swing it into Rich on Clark. Cutting his Trevor. Hangs underneath.
Nice block.
And blocked by Russell. Wow.
Russell has so many blocks under the hoop there.
Cutter
Nice
is
drive.
Clark. Floater won't go. Caden saves it, but then he traveled. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either.
But he was right there. Marty, is it Marty?
Some guys right down on the baseline giving him the business, and I think he knows he screwed up.
Caden or Marty?
Not Marty. We're homers. We're homers.
Yeah, that's okay. His shot.
2-on-1 here.
Brennan feeding. Malik, no.
Oh!
Almost the stuff back by Ethan. And Miller out in front with it. Hedich gets a good look, fires no good. Contra the backside rebound. He just about had that. Now Blake muscling inside, throws to Miller, lost it. Picks it back up, throws back to Blake Rich, and a whistle and a foul. Basket did not go, did it? No.
No.
2 shots.
Boys, a lot of almost action, but not there. Everybody working hard, but not making the plays on either end.
Just about a highlight flush
that
for Ethan.
just about was.
He was a little too far away from the basket, wasn't he? Just a little bit trying to outstretch there. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly didn't see it coming. I just all of a sudden he was at the rim trying to put it back.
He's brought the juice, as Sundance Wicks would say, tonight as Ethan Russell. Couple of free throws. 4 points for Rich. 52-37 Aberdeen Christian. 4-minute mark here in the fourth. Russell sets up Clark for a three, won't take it. Now back to Weaker for a three, will take it, in and out and in. Oh, shooter's touch. My goodness.
That was down deep, rimmed out, and then laid back down in for him. Nice shooter's touch.
20 points for Weaker.
That's got to be one of the stories of this game is the way the Knights have shot the three-point ball tonight.
Whistle.
A lot of contact inside. I think Caden Clark's going to pick up a little push foul there.
That was the first three in the second half, Dave, for the Knights after 6 in the first half. So 7 tonight, and the Tigers have just 2. Those are from Trevor Hines. So we'll wait around for Matthew after the post game. Rich gets another free throw. Dave always has intriguing questions for Matthew after the game.
I do. I've known Matthew since first grade, so.
I like hearing the coaches talk, the minds of the coaches talk.
I'll tell you what, I don't know anything about basketball compared to what Matthew knows. That guy.
Yeah, it's high IQ, isn't it?
His basketball IQ is off the chart.
It is. He sees things before they happen, is what I always say about Matthew.
Yeah.
55-38 after one free throw here. A three would make it a 20-point lead, and Steinwant blows the whistle. Going to be on Hedich.
Full timeout for Ipswich, looks like.
Actually on Miller, his second. All right, we take a break. 3:04 to go. 17 the lead here at the Civic Arena. We'll be back. .55-38 Aberdeen Christian. Lake Region Conference basketball. Abe Holzer has checked in. Inbounds comes and lost by Connor Furman out of bounds.
Well, we've had so many games this year where the Knights have scored a lot of points off the bench, and missing Joey, and I think Connor's a little banged up. They're just not playing well, but not scoring the points that we're used to.
On a screen, Concert fires down the lane and draws the foul. That'll be 1-and-1 coming up here for the junior.
How much has he played? You see all the Ipswich games. He played a lot of varsity?
He
really looks
he
smooth
starts
to me.
JV, gets a lot of JV minutes, limited varsity. It's one of those deals I've never liked it. Remember when we played, correct me if I'm wrong, it was so odd to see juniors play varsity. It was very, very limited. But now we're seeing juniors play the length of the varsity. Yeah. And to me, I always thought when you're a junior, if you can't contribute on the varsity, it's kind of over.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. What do you think?
You know, you see a kid who's a junior, maybe somebody who just came out, you know, in the last year or two, and they're all of a sudden they grew or something, and you're trying to develop them a little bit, but generally not.
We see it all over. It's not just this program. All these juniors sucking up. My point is, here's Ethan slashing, driving, twisting underneath, lost it. Is if there's talent coming up, I think it would be better served to,
Right.
hey, let's work on this guy. And I just remember being a sophomore, and for a couple of games, they brought juniors down for just a few minutes to get us on track. And then as a junior, I was varsity, and that was it. You either played or you didn't.
Yep.
Is it a different world we're living in,
It
Dave?
is a different world we live in.
Almost.
It's a different world. Look at the score feed app. There's 73
Yeah.
B schools, and 40 of them have losing records.
Yeah, wow.
Just not a lot of good basketball in Class B.
No, it's not. No. Well,
It's a different world.
18 elite. Nothing against Concert in my comments. He's a fine player. He really is. Here's a runner by Hedich.
He sticks out to me as looking like
Yeah.
he should be playing a little bit. Obviously, Ipswich has some good guards. But
Yep, they do. Inside.
nice find.
Fernham is open and gets it to go.
That's Caden Clark's game. Just finds that open man so many times.
First bucket by Connor. Hines in the corner. Driving, hanging, floating, won't go. And Ellis the rebound. The only guy I've seen in a long, long time, we haven't seen it yet tonight. Trevor Hines has air brakes, Dave. When he gets in the air, he can actually stop.
Yeah.
He has air brakes, that kid. He's really got a vertical on him for his size. He is, and a fast vertical, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, he's quick and smooth.
Peterson's three won't go, and tapped around to Malik Weaker in a minute and a half. The question is, can the Tigers stay within under 20 in this one? Abe wants a three, catches, shoots, and knocks one in for Abe Holster from way downtown.
This is that kind of game where the coach on the losing end is hoping that you can score a couple buckets and make it look closer than it was. And
Yep.
the guy on the other end is trying to say, let's make it over 20. It wasn't as close as it looked.
Yep. Well, whistle before Malik got to the rim. In comes B Stapp tonight. Is that
Ellis,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon Stapp coming in. Ellis Russell has played really well tonight. This is about as many minutes as he's played all year, and he just puts himself in the right place a lot of times. Got a very good head for the game.
Quick inbounds. Furman fires and knocks one down. 9 threes here for the Knights. 2 in back-to-back possessions. There he goes. Jace Concert to the rim counter.
You're talking about how things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that drives me crazy that's changed is when a situation like this, that last minute, and a JV game breaks out, and they'll just dribble it out sometimes. They just, let's not score, let's not show the other team up. Man, if you get in, let's score.
Absolutely.
We don't care.
Limited
You're not
minutes.
showing anybody out.
Let's rock and roll and play a little bit.
Get a shot off.
Yeah.
That drives me crazy when they just dribble it out.
A lot of things drive us too crazy, doesn't it? We're
Yeah,
from
I'll tell you,
old school basketball here.
Just ask us and we'll set you right.
That's right. Have an opinion.
We'll
that's
tell
for
you how
sure.
it should be.
That's right. 65-43. Play it out. Now, you want a shot here, Dave. I know
Yeah,
you
that's
do.
what I say. Just
Yeah. All right.
shoot it up. Who cares?
Go ahead, Trevor. Oh, I want to see the air brakes. He's got to be in a certain situation. He just goes up and eek, stops. Wow. He's an athlete. We talked to him, his dad, earlier in the summer, and I says, we'll talk back to that junior thing, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I says, he's a junior now. He's either going to hit the switch or he's not. What do you think? His dad says, I know, it's do or die. And
Yeah,
Trevor came through. He really figured it out.
I just felt like watching him last year that he should have got to play a little more as a sophomore and wasn't getting enough minutes. I know
Yeah.
Christian's scouting report on him the last year has been, man, don't let the kid shoot.
Yeah.
B-Stap's going to get a shot off here.
Underneath, hook it up. No, can't get her to go. That's it from the arena. Matthew Rohrbach. We'll get him out here after this. Thanks, Dave. 65-45, our final from HubCityRadio.com. All right, out of the locker room is head coach Matthew Rohrbach. Another win, 15 on the season, 20-point win over a scrappy Ipswich team, Matt.
Yeah, yep. Good to get back into the arena and get a win here. You know, we like to get our fans wins, and obviously Saturday we didn't get them one, so good to give them one here tonight.
There you go. All right, Dave, your thoughts?
Really nice crowd tonight.
Yeah.
Kids play with more energy, you think, with a crowd like that, or doesn't it really matter? They just come and do their business.
You know, we try to talk about controlling what we can control, and, you know, you never know what you're going to get from a fan standpoint. But Ipswich usually packs it in, so I think we expected a good crowd tonight, and we got that. So, yeah, you know, there was a lot of emotion on the floor tonight, as you could see. And I thought our boys did a pretty good job of channeling our emotion after kind of that first quarter. We got to remember that they are high schoolers, and they have emotions, and so I thought we channeled it pretty well after the initial start, and you know, it's something to learn from, no doubt.
You bet. You know, you guys were starting to pull away in that first quarter. I think you were up like 13-5,
Yes.
I think it was, something like that, and they banked in that
Yep,
three, and we
did.
laughed about that. And all of a sudden, they make a shot to take the lead at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we had some uncharacteristic possessions there. We were up 13-5, and I don't know if we thought we were going to run away with it or what it was, or just basketball being basketball. But yeah, we had a couple sloppy possessions, let them get a couple second chance points on offensive rebounds. You know, that's something that we need to address and do a better job of, because they're a scrappy bunch, like you said, right away, and we just got to make sure that, you know, just because they're scrappy doesn't mean anything. We got to get ourselves into them, make sure we're boxing out, and getting those second chance balls.
You bet. Well, another question. You know, Ethan Russell makes moves that I write down on my program what time of the game
Yep.
it was, so I can make sure I go find them on YouTube. And tonight he had a couple of just incredible one-on-one moves in the post. You know, is that you know, do you feel like you go to him enough inside or not enough inside, or because to me it looks like he could just make a living there, other than he kind of plays that wing spot where he can play all over. But do you intentionally sometimes just say, hey, we got to get Ethan a touch inside because we know he can beat his man?
Yeah, we have talked about that, especially with, you know, some of the matchups that he had going for him. Sometimes in the flow of the offense, when you are getting shots that you want, you tend to forget about it as a high schooler. I thought we did a pretty good job of getting in rhythm shots. So it's tough to fault some of the shot selection that we had, because we are open and we could get shots that we wanted. So in some ways, yeah, we need to get him the ball, but we also need to do a better job of, we call it window dressing. You know, window dressing, trying to get him on a couple screens, or maybe he sets a screen for somebody and then he finds his way to the block. So we definitely try to do it more. We kind of say it naturally or organically.
Okay.
But there are times where I feel like we miss him, or he doesn't hold a seal, and that's part of just growing. And, you know, he wasn't, as you saw last year, a huge post presence, and we always knew that he was a good shooter and he has that wing presence. But this year I thought he's kind of taken that to the next level, and now he needs to take it to that next level where we're looking for him. He's holding seals, and he just dominates the game like we know he can.
Yeah, I thought you guys shot the three ball really well early on, and you know, we kind of said, hey, is this going to be like White River?
Yeah.
And you know, kept saying, hey, these aren't bank in threes.
Yeah.
These are catch in motion in the rhythm of your offense. Great looks, and you're knocking them down. And you know, again, tonight it started with Jackson Isaacson.
Yeah, it
just
did.
saying,
He
hey,
got us rolling.
watch this, fellas. I am going to take this game. You know, try to take Malik away, but I'm just going to separate us for a little bit here, and he did.
Yeah, I was really happy with our flow offensively. I thought we got the shots that we wanted and in rhythm, and Jackson hitting those fast break three-pointers, and I thought he was going to hit that third one.
Yeah, if he would have hit that third one.
Unreal. Well,
that would have been amazing.
And, you know, and it's, you know, some people might think, like, oh, you know, they just shoot the ball well. Like, they just get so, you know, whatever, lucky or whatever it is. But, honestly, if you saw these kids shoot in practice, you would almost be more surprised we're not making more shots.
I saw it at the warm-ups.
Yes,
everything was swishing tonight.
This is fun, and I hope our crowd kind of gets a joke out of this a little bit. But so we drafted teams a couple days ago. And what we did was we kind of ranked all the shooters. I ain't going to give any rankings out there about who's ranked number one and who's number two. But I'm going to say this. Coach Becker and I are in the lineups. So what we do is we have a drill called triangle shooting. and we'll go white team versus red team, and you'll have a white player and a red player and a white player and a red player. So every time there's always an opposite team shooting the ball, and we will count makes to 30. And those are fun games just to kind of keep the energy high and kind of get practice rolling. And yesterday we had a good day, and kids are knocking them down because you want to win, but it's fun and the excitement. So we've been doing that the last kind of week here, and we're loving it. We draft teams and we're talking trash to each other as we're playing. Coach Becker went 9 for 9 from the wing yesterday, so it's a lot of fun. And
how did the legend do? The all-time leading scorer today.
I said I wasn't going to do rankings, but I'm on the opposite team of Weaker. I was given the first-round seed. Me and Weaker had to be on opposite teams, so I'm going to give myself a shot out there. But, no, it's close. I mean, just Jackson and Ethan, everybody's knocking shots down in practice.
So you took that drill from back when you played for me, right? And we would do shooting drills, and then
absolutely
the winner got to shoot against Coach Palmer on
absolutely.
Fridays and go home humbled.
So what we've been doing, we call it, so at the end of practice, you miss a free throw, you're out. And we just go until there's the last person standing, and I think it'd probably surprise you who maybe not surprise you, I guess, because he's a good shooter as well. But Andrew Brennan has won more than he's lost.
Mm-hmm.
And so
that doesn't shock me.
We got some good shooters on this team, and they put the time in, they put the work in. And it certainly doesn't surprise me to see us shooting as well as we did, especially with the shots we were getting.
Good. We probably got to wrap up here pretty quick, but you got some tough ones ahead. You got
we do.
3 A schools.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
3 A schools in your last 4 games. The seed points are there if you want to get them. You can easily be this number 1 seed, number 1 team.
Yep.
And finish well here. So
of course we want that. We want those 50 or 52 points, but we are still kind of focused on ourselves as trying to play our best basketball. And I think we'll get the wins if we focus on hitting all the rotations and getting the good shots and not giving up offensive rebounds. So I'm proud of these guys for the effort they gave tonight, and we're excited for Roncalli Thursday and Hamlin on Saturday.
I got one final question. Did Stu Boley give you the golden goose?
We got
the
goose.
Put the goose?
We got the goose. And in the locker room when we held up the goose, there were tears shed and just lots of excitement. And we even teamed out saying goose on 3. So, yes, we got the goose, and I hope we can keep it here for a long time.
That's cool.
It's up for grabs when?
Langford on Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
The goose is gonna settle in here for a little while, I think.
I hope so. Yeah, we want to keep the goose, and they brought it back. That's a cool tradition. I never knew anything about it. I don't know if you did, but I don't.
Just the article Vilhauer wrote in his
never knew about it.
Sports thing. It goes back ways. That's cool.
Take care of the golden goose.
Yes.
And see you on Thursday.
Yeah, see you Thursday. Thank you.
Good job, Matt.
As always. Yep, thank you.